What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. It is Jayla Joy here. So today we're going to be talking about the truth behind retail. I'm going to be giving you guys some of my experiences. So yeah, let's get straight into this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into it. I have had my fair share of retail jobs. Right now I'm not in the retail field, so it's cool. I mean, it has some cons to it for sure. I mean, I'd rather work retail than fast food. Well, it depends. Like, if it's McDonald's, I don't know if I would work there. I mean, it's money. Like, money's money. But I could work at like a Starbucks or, I don't know, something like a server. I could be a server. But if it calls for me to have to cook up the food, like, I don't even cook at home. What makes you think I'm finna cook at a restaurant? No. Giving you about like 4 things on like, or things that are gonna prepare you for if you ever want to get a retail job, or if you're thinking about switching fields, this and that. So yeah, first things first, when you work in retail, let's just throw all the holidays, all the weekends out the window, because I tell you what, most retail jobs, you're not gonna get holidays off. When I've worked retail, I worked in the mall once, and well, I've worked in the mall a couple times. I worked at this job for about a year just because I enjoyed it. I used to work for a shoe store, and it was just cool, like, you know, whatever. I worked every weekend, okay? If I wasn't working a weekend, it's because I requested it off, but other than that, I was closing every weekend. I feel like people that have been there for a long time, then they'll get off in like the daytime, but other than that, you're bound to be working every weekend and not really having much to do in the daytime. Of course, like, there'll be parties at night that you can go to like after you get off work, but then it's just like weekends are just thrown out the window. Next I would say is holidays. Oh, holidays, man, this is what makes me, just what made me not want to do retail at all, because holidays, like, okay, so I work Thanksgiving, and of course, like, after the day after Thanksgiving is like Black Friday. So one year I was working Thanksgiving, I had to come in at like 6:00 p.m. and work up until 2 a.m. the next day. And I was mad because, like, you know, black people are not on time, so therefore they were just getting ready to eat around like around like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. So I didn't really have time to spend with my family, and I was kind of mad about that, because it was like, dang, like, Thanksgiving is only once a year, all my family coming out, all we're doing is eating, you know, having a good time, vibing, whatever. So the fact that I gotta be full and going to work, okay, and it's gonna be crazy, like, no. And the store that I was working at, we didn't even have sales, so I'm mad because I was just like, why? Like, you guys can come in next week and it's gonna be the same prices. Like, we are not having no sales or nothing. So the fact that we gotta be open is just like ridiculous. Yeah, so I worked from like 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. And you know, some stores, they'll stay open until like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and then close, open back up at like, I don't know, open back up at like 10 or something. It just kind of depends on what mall, what your manager's feeling like, because some stores will close on Thanksgiving Day and then open on Black Friday, but stuff is crazy. And so yeah, I got off at 2 a.m. and then I came back in at like 1 or 2, so I only got to sleep for like 5 or 6 hours, and then I had to wake back up, shower, and I had to go back there, and I had to work, and I worked all day. Like, I wasn't even able to shop. I mean, I guess, like, of course I was saving money because I didn't go shopping or anything. That's nice, but then, you know, it's like I wanted to have it where, like, after Thanksgiving I can go out with my friends so we can go shopping and stuff. Like, that's ideally what I wanted to do, but the fact that I had to work, I was mad. And most managers, if you talking about requesting the time off, they're gonna be like, no, because it's the most busiest, it's the most time they're gonna make money. Like, they are not giving you the time off, period. So that, I mean, I guess Christmas is a little bit better. Christmas Eve, I think I worked, because they close early on Christmas Eve, I believe, and so I think I got off at like 7 or 8, and then Christmas Day, of course, we were closed, everybody was closed, and then the day after Christmas is when everybody was at the mall because everybody got money, everybody got to do returns, all that other stuff. So like the mall was stupid packed. Like I said, like I would want to go out with my friends shopping because I got money for Christmas, I got returns to do, this and that. I got gift cards. Like I ideally wanted to go out with my friends, and the fact that I had to work, if you really like making money and you want to sacrifice it for like spending time with your friends, your family, all your loved ones, then you're really cool with working on the holidays. But see, for me, it's like, no, I do not get paid enough for me to be missing out with time with my family. So period. Second thing I would say is customers are gonna treat you like anything. And when I say this, I say they treat you like anything. Like they treat you like you're the gun on the bottom of the chute. Like they treat you like anything. And also depends on what store you work at. But I tell you what, like people are gonna talk to you a certain way. People are gonna say stuff about you. You're gonna sit up and tell them like, oh, this is the policy, this is how things go in the store. They're gonna be like, no, and they're just kind of gonna try to do their own thing. And it's just like, no. And then you got customers that are gonna try to yell at you. And see, the thing with me is like, when a customer starts yelling at me and starts complaining, I'm gonna be like, yo, you wanna talk to my manager? Like, I do not get paid enough for you to be sitting up here yelling at me, and for me not to be able to say anything back. Yeah, no, you can yell at my manager because she gets paid way more than me and she can deal with it, and she was trained to deal with this type stuff. I'm not. So yeah, like, yeah, they'll treat you like anything. So yeah, just be careful of that. If you got a smart mouth, I would just, you know, keep it classy, you know, because people are gonna get under your skin. I've had people that get under my skin, and it's just like, no. I forgot to write this on my list, but is people be stealing. Oh my lord, like the last couple places that I've worked, like people were always stealing. And when I tell you, that is the most irritating stuff ever. Like, not my, okay, now if it was my actual products that have my name on it, oh, you better bet I'm about to be running out of that store right where that person stole. I'm about to be catching up to them and get my stuff back. Like, I do not care. At one point, like there was times where like my manager knew the people that would steal, or like I was working there for like about a year, and like the person this one girl had looked familiar, and I'm like, why does she look familiar? But then I thought, she has a big bag in her hand, she looking suspicious. I had went to tell my manager, and my manager had came out and was just like looking at her and just like doing his own thing, and then she ended up leaving, and I'm just like, oh, that's why she looks familiar, and it's because she be stealing. Yo, no, stealing is not the wave. Like, don't be stealing, okay? Don't be stealing. And it's just irritating. It's just like a disrespect to managers, to employees. Like, that is just so annoying. Like, I hate when people be stealing. It just gets under my skin. Like, some people are like, oh, it's whatever, but it's like when I see people, especially if they're people my age, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, this one girl, she was younger than me, she was smaller than me. I used to go to school with her, but she obviously didn't remember me, and she was just stuffing her bag with all this stuff that was expensive. My manager didn't do nothing about it. I'm so pissed off, and we couldn't do anything about it. We couldn't touch her, we couldn't do nothing. I really want to go up to her and be like, can you give me my stuff back? Because she already looked spooked, and me saying, oh, can you give me my stuff back, she would have gave it back, but I couldn't do anything. So it's whatever. So last thing I want to talk about is retail. I mean, from the stores that I've worked for, I just feel like they expect a lot from you, which, yeah, they expect a lot from you with the little pay that you get. For example, I used to work for Ulta, and they will always expect you like, oh, get a credit card, get somebody to sign up for your credit card. Like, nobody wants a credit card here. Like, I mean, of course some people do, of course, like, you know, like if you want a credit card here because you shop a lot, like, I definitely understand. I would definitely try to sell them. But if you're a person that only shops here like once a month, like, no, do not get no credit card. They talking about 20% off if you sign up for it. Like, 20% off is nothing. If you're talking about 50, maybe so, but honestly, like, no, like, get a credit card with Capital One or Discovery. Those are more, I feel like, more reliable credit cards rather than having a credit card at Ulta, because of course you're gonna bound to spend more money. Everybody knows that. Like, And so if you didn't get a credit card, or if you didn't have people sign up for your loyalty, they are gonna cut your hours. Like, what? Like, not everybody wants to be signed up with that. Like, and nobody wants to get an email every day. Like, for example, I signed up with Fashion Nova. I get an email every day about them. Like 10% of my emails are from Fashion Nova. I mean, it's nice to know their sales, but then of course that's gonna reel you in to want to shop more. Of course, like, that's what the store wants. But it's like, not everybody wants to put their email. I signed up for Polo one time because I got a discount. I get text messages from them like every once in a while, and I don't even know how to stop it. So nobody wants somebody texting their phone over dumb stuff. No, if you're gonna do that, send it through the email, period. Let's see what else. Like, you can get junk mail. Not everybody wants that. So I mean, like, if you're really the person that really is into the store, of course, like, sign up with their loyalty. You can get discounts because you shop there so much. But if you're a person that doesn't shop there as much, like, you should understand that they do not want no loyalty card, period. So I feel like they just, like, expect a lot from you. And then on top of that, like, that would just be messing with your money if you couldn't get people to sign up, because, like, my hours would get cut. Like, so, like, honestly, like, hours would fluctuate. And that's another thing about retail. Like, if your store isn't as busy, then of course your hours are gonna get cut. I mean, unless you're like full-time, then of course your hours are gonna stay the same. But with, like, when I was part-time, because I was going to school, I could get from like 8 hours one week, and then I could get like 20 or 25 hours the next week. It's like, sis, I got bills to pay. Like, I can't do nothing with this 8 hours a week. Like, so honestly, when your store is busy, like, of course it's going to be busy during the holidays, so of course you're going to get so many hours. But let's say it's in, like, of course, like, back to school or tax season, but if it's like other times that are very slow, then you're not gonna really get any hours, which I thought was kind of bogus, because it's like, I got bills to pay and I can't just be having my money fluctuate, you know? Like, no. So I mean, that's like some of the cons of, like, working, or like the truth about working with retail. Hopefully you guys like this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment below any other, like, experiences you've had with retail. I mean, it is a good way to, like, start off with. It's a good way to, like, start and get your experience. But once you have your experience, I mean, if you could get something else, like, definitely try to get something else. But yeah, so hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.